Now let us look at the domain model. What is a domain model? So domain model is a representation of your data structure as it appears in your database, and it also contains the logic for manipulating the data inside a domain model. So the first we will look at the insert customer. So let's go to the domain folder. Here if you see, we have two files created. One is the customer, it's a parcel class, and another is also a parcel class customer with an add customer method. So here what I have done is, here in customer I have added two properties, name and date of birth. Each property ideally should be a protected setter so that inherited classes can take. I am not keeping it private, and avoid using the public accessor in the domain model so that all the values are manipulated only through the method that you have provided to the other layers to use it. So here I am taking an add customer command. If you remember, we had the command which had the input API model and the ID coming in from the services, and that contains the command bridge. So that also contains your FlexHost context info within the command. So here I am mapping the input API model into the customer object, and then mapping the created by modified by is not available in the input API model since it has to be derived from the IHTTP context accessor. So that is put in the context info, and we are mapping the user ID for the model, and you can map any other mapping inside that. So how this convert happens is, we have a mapper here. So for each module you will get a new mapper file. So here I am mapping the input API model. So whatever is in the add customer input API model gets mapped to the customer. So it maps according to your field names. If the field names are same, it maps it directly. You can refer to the AutoMapper documentation for more information how to map from one object to another. So this uses AutoMapper internally. So you can configure your AutoMapper here for any other special mappings. But by default, you have to create a mapper here whenever you create any input. So first thing that you do is create your properties, whatever you need for the model, and then second, you create your mapping here so that the mapping can happen, otherwise it will give you error. So now the model is created. I have created the field attributes, whatever length you want to give, you give. The basic attributes only ideally you should give here. All the other validation related to the model should go into the context, because now entity framework may create, if you want to, suppose your name has to be unique, so you can create a unique index for the name using the Fluent API of entity framework core. So every technology may have their own way of giving this. So if you want to switch technologies in future, for the reason, avoid any EF related stuff inside the model itself, so that you can use even for NoSQL DB or any other technology. It will be easy for you to migrate, otherwise you will be tied to the EF syntax here. So all the other validations which are not generic in nature can go to the DB context. So now our model is created. We have the fields, we have the mapping ready for us. Now let's see what next. And one more thing I will point out is, this is called in the handler plugin. So whenever you insert a customer, this method is being called in the handler. So if you see, the handler doesn't carry any logic, so all the logic related to populating the customer while adding a customer is inside the model, and the handler just call the method and create the model and save it in the database. Now next, let us see how to generate the database, create the database from the model. Before I close on the domain model, so let me explain. The domain model is inherited from domain model bridge. So bridge is in turn inherited from domain model, which is the flex domain model. You have all the basic fields created. Here the ID is of string length 32. Suppose you need your own, you want to change the length of the ID, or you want to add any common fields which you want to use across all the domain model, you can always go and do it here. If I want to change suppose I want to change the length of the ID, I can always do it here. But we don't need anything now because our UID that is being generated is 32 character, and that is more than enough. We don't want to put any extra, but this is just is okay, so that or you can add any field here. Across all domain model, you can always do it here. Now let us get to the migration.